Hello and welcome to another Fabula Ultima character idea. This is the Venom Knight, a guide by Fabula Points, me. So the idea is going to be around creating like a kind of anti-hero kind of Dark Knight, but with a bit of poison thrown in for good measure. So jumping in like I normally do with the character sheet, name will be Venom Knight, pronouns we'll just do he, him. Identity, we're going to go anti-hero. Theme will be corruption. Why not? An origin, we can say they were from like a poison marshland or something. Obviously this is like open to whatever you want. Bonds, you get that through playing. You don't start with any Fabula points, start with 3 experience points, you start with 0. Now equipment, let me bring up the core rulebook. Equipment, so we are going to start with a broad axe. I haven't used a broad axe before and it sounds kind of badass for this. So this is might weapon, so obviously we're going to want high might, and it costs 250 zenith. So let me get the zenith. We start with 500, so that's 250 left, and then we're going to go for, just because we want to, the runic plate, which is high defense, insight die plus 1 defense, and initiative modifier of -3. So this leaves us with no zenith for equipment anyway. Obviously you can roll some when you start. Let's go through our stats and then finish this off before going to the skills. So stats, we're going to want our might as the D10, not a D100, that would be cool. We're going to put willpower as the D6. We're going to want dex as D8 and insight as D8. Okay. So now that we know our insight is 8 plus 1 is 9 for magic defense. Defense is 11 because of the armor. Okay. Now let's go into, first off, the Darkblade, 186. So we get martial melee weapons and martial armor. So I just want to tick this off here. Martial armor, martial melee weapons, which is why we got to pick these anyway. So character level will be 5. Darkblade. We're taking 2 levels in Darkblade. So 3 levels is free benefits even, HP plus 5 and martial, melee and armor. Cool, so we're going to go for Shadow Strike. 1 level in it. I'm not going to copy all that, so roll might. Lose rolls HP. Add rolls damage. Perform a free attack, dealing SL plus roll damage, becomes dark type. So I put rolls damage twice basically, so we're just going to not. Cool. So we're also going to do Heart of Darkness. Put that there. So we can only do 1 in that. When entering crisis, make a bond of hatred with a creature you don't have a bond with. So the reason we're going Heart of Darkness is because we want to take Agony quite quickly, but we can't take a 3rd level in Darkblade right now because we need 3 levels of Tinkerer to do what we want with the Tinkerer. So let's jump to that straight away. So the Tinkerer, and then I'll go through the combo a bit better. Tinkerer 3, free benefits is IP plus 2 and can start projects. May as well make IP 8. We can we can work out the rest as well. So HP, 10 times 5 is 50 plus level 5 plus from 5 from the Darkblade makes 60. Crisis is 30. MP is willpower, which is 6 times 5, which is 30 plus level, which is 35. Okay, Tinkerer. We are going to go gadgets. 3 levels in gadgets, and we're going to do all of them into infusions. Which I'll show you now. So infusions, we can basically going to focus on the Venom one. So we can do any of these fusions whenever we want, we just can't do 2 at once. So if we suddenly realize we needed to do some ice damage, we can put cryo, etc. But we're going to focus on Venom. Focus on Venom. Attacks deal plus 5 damage. The attack becomes poison type. Creature suffers poisoned. Cool. We'll go for 2 IP because it costs 2 IP. Okay, so the way this works, because that's more straightforward, we'll go back to the Darkblade and show that. So if you wanted to do Shadow Strike, so the way it works, obviously we know already, we roll the might die, we lose that much health, but we also gain damage. But there's a synergy to work out now. So let's say we rolled, I'm just going to make it up, let's say we had 15 damage, right, from all this. All the damage dealt by this becomes dark, and its type cannot be changed. Okay. So, because it cannot be changed, let's read the Tinkerer's rules again. So when you successfully hit one or more targets with attack, you spend 2 energy points to produce an infusion, and then it says its damage becomes poison. So, because the Darkblade specifically says that the type cannot change, the way I would read this is that you would do like the 15 or whatever I said dark damage and 5 poison damage, because this is adding extra damage afterwards. Because this is when you successfully hit, you spend this after you've already hit. So I feel like this is an extra benefit on top of what you've done, so I'd rule it that way. Yeah, easy enough. So I liked poisoned because it obviously makes the might and willpower dice go down, which are like kind of the main offensive ones, obviously like physical offense and like magic offense. Obviously some physical attackers use dex and some magic use insight, but I feel like lowering those dice on an enemies would be pretty good. So yeah, that is it. That's the Venom Knight. Nice and easy. I wanted to make a not only just core rulebook build again, because I've been using the other 2 books lately, but I wanted to make a 2 class build again, because when I've been building out my character matrix, if I just show this now, I've been using 3 class builds a lot. So I've added the Venom Knight already, and I wanted to kind of slow down and not kind of cheat onto how I'm making extra builds. So the ones we've got left under 4 are Arcanist, or with the lowest amount is Arcanist, Chanter, Commander, Mutant and Pilot. So I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do next. My plan is to take a break from character builds to focus on making bosses, which people on Reddit seem to be really interested about, so I'm going to do that next. But I'm not sure, I might alternate between bosses and characters. I'm just not sure, I haven't made up my mind yet. But that'll do. That is the Venom Knight. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.